Hello! Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me. How are you today? Good! My name is Hannah May, and here are the dancers in today's episode. Hola, my name is Esther, and I'm from Lima, Peru.
Hola, my name is Adrián, and I'm from Mexico City, Mexico.
Hello, my name is Hannah May, and I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. In our last episode, we watched the clogging dance from Anne of Green Gables, the ballet. Now those dancers, they use their stomping to dance the rhythm of the music, and they had another element that we haven't talked about. This element was their clogs. They had clogs and they were great for stomping. Now these clogs are a little bit tricky to dance in. So these dancers actually rehearse over and over again so they feel super confident and comfortable in their clogs. In today's episode, we're now going to join all of the things that we've talked about until this point together. So we've talked about characters. We had some characters in a previous episode. We've talked about music. And now we are going to see them brought together with some emotion, because emotion is really helpful for storytelling for an audience. So we are going to begin with scenes from our Swan Lake. This is an interesting story. It's about an evil sorcerer who captures a maiden and turns her into a swan. And this swan is so sad about being a swan and no longer being a maiden that she cries so many tears, and her tears form a lake where she dances and swims and spends her day. So we are going to see our sorcerer and our swan right now. Wow, Esther, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, everybody, let's gather some information. We know she's a swan. She had her beautiful long wingspan and her long neck. Now, with the music and with her expression, how do you think this swan is feeling? She's sad. That's right. You can even see in her movement, everything is falling, like tears are falling. Beautiful, exactly. So the music really helps Esther know what emotion to use as a swan. Next, I think you've probably noticed a little something strange about what Esther is wearing. So I have my skirt like this. It's down to my knees, but Esther is wearing a different skirt. This is a tutu, and tutus are used in ballet all the time. Often, they're used by otherworldly creatures, maybe a fairy, maybe a magical, mystical swan. And they're used so the audience can see something a little more easily. And what do you think that something might be? They are the legs. That's right. So the legs are more visible under these tutus. I would like to ask Esther, though, about what it's like to wear a tutu.
Definitely at the beginning can be a little strange because you don't know, you can't actually see your feet. But once you get used to it, you learn how to engage your muscle and trust your body that you are in the right position to dance. And so even if you can't see your feet, you know they're there and they're in the right position to do whatever you need to do.
Exactly. That's so great. It takes a lot of rehearsal to be used to a tutu like this. And this is why we often have things called practice tutus, which is what Esther is wearing right now. Now, it's pretty fun to watch a group of ballerinas run down a set of stairs after maybe doing a show like Swan Lake. Do you want to demonstrate, Esther, how ballerina runs downstairs? We have to see our feet. We don't want to fall down the stairs. Thank you. Exactly right. Wow, Adrián, that was amazing. That's hard work, what he just did. So we have to talk about this guy right here. This is a mask, and clearly this mask is a little bit frightening, but it also doesn't have a bottom, so you can kind of breathe in there, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Adrián, could you tell me a little bit about what it's like to wear a mask like this on stage?
Yes, of course. So every time you dance with like costumes, and especially more specifically masks, you need to practice a lot, because when you move, you turn, you jump. So wearing masks, and it's very unpredictable. So they can shift. So sometimes, you stop seeing completely. So there's a lot of rehearsal when you wear a mask.
That is so true. The eye holes are only so big, and then your eyes need to be able to see out from these eye holes, but sometimes they shift, and an eye hole is now covering your nose. That's really difficult. Wow. And then the other element that I noticed must be really, really difficult is this cape. Now, it's magical looking, there's no doubt about that, but what is it like to move in this cape?
It's exactly the same as the mask, except for like this cape is really heavy. So it's also very unpredictable because you never know how it's gonna move. So sometimes you can step on it, sometimes, you can slip. So you have to have, again, a lot of rehearsal every time that you're gonna wear a cape or something that drags on the floor, right?
Right, of course. So even if someone's wearing a long skirt or something like that, having a rehearsal element, that is super important. Thank you. I am very impressed that you're able to move in that. That's excellent. Now, we had Adrián as von Rothbart. He is our sorcerer in this story in Swan Lake. He is the contrasting character to the swan. So the swan brings the gentle, light, albeit sad element to the story. And then Adrián as von Rothbart brings this darkness and this kind of evil feeling into the story. This is really important for storytelling. It's great to be able to have characters that bounce off of one another and balance each other to keep the story interesting. In the Nutcracker, though, that is known for being one of the most joyful, happy, bright, light Christmas celebration ballets. But who is the villain in the Nutcracker? Tune in next time to find out. Bye!